That was around 11 p.m. local time, the interim president issuing a constitutional declaration, basically laying out what seems to be a very ambitious roadmap for the weeks, if not the months to come. He was talking about basically amending the draft constitution, so putting together a committee in charge of rewriting the constitution, which has been suspended, by the way, and one which was largely drafted by Mohamed Morsi's Islamist allies. And this constitution should then be ratified by the people, so yet another vote for the Egyptians, and then once that passes, that popular vote, that should pave the way for legislative and then presidential elections, and all of this within a matter of months. So all of this set for 2014, next year at the latest. And again, given the current situation and the state of things, that seems like a tall order. Logistically, it is perhaps feasible, but from a political point of view, it almost seemed like a pretty insensitive statement to be making on the day that more than 50 people were killed in a very violent confrontation between the pro-Morsi camp and soldiers guarding the Republican Guard headquarters out here in Cairo, where the ousted President Mohamed Morsi is believed to be held.
Gallagher, obviously there's still so much confusion over what exactly happened outside that Republican Guard building. The interim president, Adli Mansour, has ordered this judicial commission of inquiry into the killings. What more do we know? Is there any new information on what exactly happened?
Not very much, and for a very simple reason. Remember that the Egyptian army is very secretive, like most armies around the world. There's little chance it's going to let a civilian investigative committee pry into its affairs. So probably very little extra light shed on the somewhat confusing circumstances that led to this bloodbath with, again, a few dozen people killed out there in front of the Republican Guard headquarters. However, what this has undoubtedly done is toughened the stance of Morsi supporters, who really believe that yesterday they experienced martyrdom at the hands of the Egyptian army, whom they consider has clearly picked its side and is siding with the opposition, so not abiding by its rule of neutrality and not engaging in politics. The language that we were hearing from, for instance, Brotherhood spokespeople yesterday was very tough, much tougher than it has been up until now. We're really seeing a toughening of the rhetoric. Up until now, these people had been calling for peaceful protests, and at this point, peaceful is a word which has completely disappeared from the declarations, the statement being issued by the pro-Morsi camp, which yesterday was calling for a popular uprising against those, and I'm quoting its statement, who are trying to steal the revolution with their tanks. And also one threat that they issued, a somewhat veiled threat, was well, basically indicating that the Syrian scenario has now become a possibility in Egypt, and that means sectarian violence, kidnappings, and very brutal killings. Basically, reference made to what we're unfortunately seeing on a daily basis in Syria, a country which is slowly or rapidly disintegrating. So the Brotherhood and Morsi supporters saying that that could become a reality in Egypt.